Hi, Linda Bowen here from stampingwithlinda.com, your cardiologist since 1997, helping you create cards from the heart. Today is my Creative Fold video, and I'm going to teach you how to do this fun fold Easter card. Isn't that pretty? So let's get started. First, I am going to start with a piece of Blushing Bride. This actually measures 4 inches by 9 3/4. I'm going to bring in my personal trimmer, and I am going to line it up at the inch mark. So right along here at the inch mark, make sure that I'm straight. I'm then going to bring up my cutting blade, and I'm going to start at the 3-inch mark. I'll bring that down to the 3-inch mark, and I'm going to cut to the 7.5-inch mark. Then I'm simply going to flip it around this way, line up at the 3-inch, and I'm going to score this time. I'm going to start at the 1-inch mark, and I'm going to score from the 1 inch, which is where I cut, to the edge of the cardstock. I'm going to then move it over to the 5 1/4. I'm going to score all the way down through, and then I am going to bring out my extension arm, move it over to the 7.5, and this time I'm going to score from the edge of the paper to the cut line. So just like so. I'm going to flip that over, and I am going to do valley, mountain up here, valley down here, and then that is just going to go right together like so. Now I have it scored backwards, and so I'm just going to score it the other way. This makes, if you work it back and forth that way, it just makes your score lines nice and crisp. This looks complicated, but really it is very easy. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a piece of the mint macaroon. This actually measures 7/8 by 5 1/8, and then I have my designer series paper. This is that birthday bouquet paper, and I'm just going to run my adhesive along there and attach that. Now it's just a little small piece of it, the green that goes along that edge. See, I made that a little bit long. I'm just going to trim that off. Add my adhesive, and then just put that right on the bottom of that card. Of course, got it crooked. Pull that off. I'm going to trim that down just a little bit more, because I think I had that at, I only want this piece at the 5 1/8, the mint macaroon, and 5-inch for the designer series paper. So now let's put that right there. Want to do the inside of my card here, so I'm going to bring in a piece of Whisper White. This measures 2 3/4 by 4 1/4, and I'm going to bring in my little Easter lamb. This is a single stamp, and it has the Happy Easter right on the bottom of the lamb. So when I went to mount it, I cut off the Happy Easter, and I put it on this side of my stamp, and then put the decal over here so that I can use it separately. So going to bring my mint macaroon. Now this I am making as an Easter card, but it could be a baby card. So I'm just going to kind of eyeball here and get that Happy Easter stamped, like so. Then I am going to add some adhesive. Looks like I got a glue dot there. Let's pull that off. And I'm going to add some adhesive and put that right inside of that card. Now, I want to make sure that I've stamped it over so I can see the Happy Easter, but then I still have room to write. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in a piece of crumb cake. This measures 2.5 by 2.5, and I took that little lamb and I heat embossed with gold powder, so I've already done that. And then I'm going to bring a piece of the mint macaroon, and that actually measures 2 3/4 by 2 3/4. Going to add my lamb onto that paper, and then I'm going to add that to the front of my card. I'm going to add a couple dimensionals there. And put my lamb on this side of the card, like so. But I want to add some highlight to the lamb, so I'm going to bring in my gel pen, and I'm just going to go into those little circles and add some gel pen. You can do them all or just a few, whichever you want. I'm just going to add, because of the video, just going to do a few so that you can see how about adding that gel pen, how it makes that lamb stand out. Then I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Write marker. This is the Blushing Bride. Of course, our markers are dual tipped. I'm just going to add some pink inside the lamb's ear and also on his feet. And there you have it. The front of the card is done, but I need a backing, so I'm going to bring in a 1/4 sheet of the mint macaroons. So that measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. You want to make sure that you just put the adhesive on the one side of your paper so that your card will open and close. And just line it up like so. And I'm going to bring in my finished card so you can really see how pretty that lamb is done with all the little white specks with the gel pen. So there you have a creative, fun fold card. Thanks for joining me. Talk to you real soon.